Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. We're discussing, of course, some receivers the Steelers should trade for, or if they did trade for a receiver, and who would it be if they did go out there and decide to make a move, which they need to make a move, of course, because we do need some more depth in receiver room. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into some of the candidates I think that would be good for the Steelers to help us improve our receiver corps. If you hear any in the background, I'm watching some old Ring of Honor matches, you know, some old Joe versus CM Punk. So yeah, if you hear any of that, that's what I'm watching while I'm editing and stuff, of course, and recording. But I think the Steelers, of course, the first person will be Davantae Adams. That's like the biggest name because he's an all-pro. He's still a guy who's in the midst of his prime as well, and who plays very good football. You know, he's a phenomenal player, a great piece. He will open up so much more for the offense. He will be just a generational piece as well. And I think just getting him would be a guy like that. We haven't had a guy like that since really, I think, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown was the last person we had like that, and AB was just phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal player. You know, he got double team, he knew how to beat double teams, triple team. He was a guy who you just give an opportunity to get the ball to, put that ball in his hands, and he made big time plays. And he took so much off of other receivers. Look at Juju Smith-Schuster's stats he had with the Steelers. Remember that 1,500-yard season he had? He haven't had a season as good as that since Antonio Brown left. Like that, Antonio Brown took so much attention off, and he still got his too as well. He had like 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns that year. Like that, he still got his, even though he was double team, triple team and stuff as well. So having a guy like that not only helps in production, like for your quarterback and for everybody else, but also help take the pressure off the other receiver, which would be George Pickens. Take pressure off of him. Like that, if he put more effort in as well, you know, it'd be even better, of course. But it take pressure off of him to get open, to make plays as well, because you're like, okay, they got Davantae Adams getting double teamed, so you just going one-on-one with the you got one-on-one matchup, and they ain't got no safety help on your side. Make a play like that, so it takes pressure off of you, and you start seeing the production, the improvement. See the same thing for Devontae Smith. He had a good season, of course. I think he broke the record for the most receiving yards by Eagles receiver. But remember when AJ Brown got there, his stuff shot up even more because they're like, okay, he's already good. So now getting AJ Brown there, gonna be a lot of attention to that side. And now you be like, okay, we got to double team AJ Brown. Devontae Smith gonna be one-on-one. He gonna win a one-on-one matchup. So I think bringing in Davantae Adams would be amazing. Like that would be probably the best person to get in the moment. We look at his stats, of course, that he have. You know, so far, you know, 18 catches, 209 yards, and a touchdown. He only played, I think, what, 2 games with the Raiders? I think they haven't been sent out for the past few weeks. And then last year, he had 103 catches, 1,144 yards, 8 touchdowns, playing with Jimmy Garoppolo and Aiden O'Connell. So that shows you the production he can put up. He had 100 catches, 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns with Derek Carr. He had 123, 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns with Rodgers, 115 catches, 1,300 yards, and 18 touchdowns with Aaron Rodgers, of course, 997, 5 touchdowns, 1,300, 13 touchdowns. So he's been playing very good. You know, he's been on the tear. He has 10,990 career receiving yards, only 10 yards away from 11,000, and 4 touchdowns away from 100. So he's a guy who's going to probably be up there. His name going to be up there, being the future Hall of Famer type player. So if he was available, you got to go ahead and pull the trigger and make that move because he'll be generational. You'll have him at least for the next time, especially if you can find a way to stay in this contract and keep him your team long term. Everything works out well. You have him in the midst of his prime, and you be like, okay, we have one of the needs that we really need right there. Because I know, of course, our offensive line being injured and stuff, but I think overall they did a solid job. It's just the offense couldn't make a play. We see a lot of times Justin Fields. I know he missed a throw or two of here and there. He missed some guys who was open a little bit, but overall they just couldn't get open. And then drop passes. George Pickens on 3rd down, dropping the ball is like, come on, we need some consistency. Another person, of course, like I mentioned, talking about, I think every time I bring up the receivers, is DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins is 32 years old. He's not the same DeAndre Hopkins he once was, but he's still good enough. He's still pretty good. I think he's still a good player. You know, he had so far he got 10 catches, 121 yards, 1 touchdown with the Titans. But last year he put up 75 catches, 1,057 yards, 7 touchdowns, averaging 14 yards per catch. He had 64 catches, 717 yards, and 3 touchdowns with the Cardinals. That was the time he came back after suspension. I think he missed the first 9 games. He was suspended. So he put up 700 yards in 7 games, 7, 8 games. So that was pretty good. And then the year before, with the Cardinals, he had 42 catches, 572 yards, 8 touchdowns. He got injured that year. That's the year he got injured, and he got suspended because he used some type of enhancement, I think, to speed up his recovery or something. But his full season with the Cardinals, you know, 1,400, had 1,100 with Houston, He had 1,500, 1,300. You know, he got 12,000 career receiving yards, 938 receptions, 79 catches. He's a future Hall of Famer, most likely. You know, all pro selections he have. He's a very good player. He has, of course, you know, Pro Bowls as well, too. Nice player. It's a nice player all around like that. So he might not be the same Hopkins he once was, but being at age 32, he's still got a lot left in the tank. As you can see from last season, the way he played, and even this year, they didn't really utilize him a lot because the Titans have been absolutely bad like that. So, but I think overall that Hopkins, he come to this team, he'll open up a lot. Like that, he showed you he can make those acrobatic catches. He can get open consistently. His route running is good. And that's something we've been missing too as well. Because George Pickens is he's a solid player. He's a good player. He's good, but he's not elite because his route running is a little stiff. Like that, I don't know because he's doing half effort with the route running or something, but his route running not the same. Like, he's not like elite. Like when we had Antonio Brown here, Antonio Brown used to shift people up and mix them up all around. Even Juju Smith-Schuster, route running was pretty good as well. But George Pickens' route running not the best. You know, he kind of relies more on athleticism and using strong hands to make the plays. So adding a guy like DeAndre Hopkins would be good. I think not only for the receiving room to get a veteran like that in there who's have 12,000 career receiving yards like that, who's on a pace for 15K if he plays a few more years. I think get a guy like that in your receiving room would be very good. So if I'm the Steelers, I'm like, hey, let's bring him in. If he, I think he'd be a cheaper get too as well, other than getting Davantae Adams. The next person I have on the list, of course, is Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is a pretty good player as well, good receiver. He might not be on the same par, I think, as of course not Davantae Adams. He's not on that par, of course, and he's not on the same level of a Hopkins maybe, but he's like around that rim a little bit, that threshold like that. You know what, he can go out there and make some plays for you in a sense. And it might be cheaper to get him too if the Jaguars was to do like a fire sale. They're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and start trading people away because he had 21 catches so far, 257 yards and a touchdown on this season right here. But last year he had 787, 57 catches, 3 touchdowns. He had 84 catches the year before, 1,108 yards, 8 touchdowns. Was his best season in his career. 77, 982, 5 touchdowns with the Cardinals. I think he's only, how old is he? I think he's 27. Yeah, 27 years old. He has speed, of course. His play style is more getting down the field, being a deep threat, consistently getting down there, making plays. And if he's available, I think you look into that too. Of course, I would prefer to get the first 2 guys I mentioned, like DeAndre Hopkins or Davantae Adams. I think those 2 guys right there would be probably better gets to get. But I think if he's available, bring him in. Might as well. Bring him in. Just bring him in like that. Like make a trade for him. It was like something that's not too expensive. Bring a trade for him, or you might make more than one trade. You never know, like that could happen like that. You want to go out there and fix the stuff now and like capitalize on this great defense we have now. Like that, go out there and add some offense. I ain't saying our offense got to go out there and score 30, but we can get a guy in here who can help us get to like 20, like average, like the Steelers averaging 25 a game, something like that. In a sense, I think we'll go out there and win a lot of games like that, just getting that little extra threshold. Is averaging more than what we average right now, averaging a touchdown more. So I think if Christian Kirk was available, you know, you can get him. I don't know if they'll trade him away, probably keep him, but we did see some rumors circulating around. Hey, go ahead and get him. The next person I have on the list is kind of outlier a little bit. I don't think this trade will happen, seeing that he is in our division, but he's a very good player. Cooper Kupp. I almost said Cooper Kupp, not Cooper Kupp. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, as you guys know, a route technician. That guy right there can get open. He probably could get open in the bathroom. And the way he runs his routes like that, it can be small space, it can be a large space. Amari Cooper is a very good receiver. If he's available, I think you go ahead and bring him in too. You look at his numbers. Like so far, 20 catches, 28 yards, 2 touchdowns. And last year, he had 72 catches, 1,250 yards, 5 touchdowns. The year before that, 78 catches, 1,160 yards, 9 touchdowns. You know, in Dallas, you know he did at Dallas, 865 yards, 1,100 yards, 1,100 yards. You know, he's a good player. From the Raiders, from Dallas to Cleveland, he's a good route runner. He's a guy that the Steelers will love. You know, they love those type of players that play like that, the route savvy players. But I don't think the Browns would trade him within the division. Just like when I kept seeing like the thing, they said Davantae Adams, the Chiefs are very interested. I don't think the Raiders would trade Davantae Adams to the goddamn Chiefs. The Chiefs they can't even beat. They beat him once. Well, they actually got him last year. They got him last year once like that. But overall, the record is just very, very crazy. So I don't think they'll trade him within the division. I don't think Amari Cooper getting traded within the division, of course. But if it was, we've seen Isaiah Loudermilk get traded within the division before. Remember he made that big time play He had revenge on the Ravens a little bit and stuff. He had the interception. So yeah, I think he had the interception from the line of scrimmage like that. Or I think there was an interception, or he had some type of sack. He had sack, some big play he had against them like that. I know Coach Tomlin said when guys get traded within the division, he kind of tell them like, oh, they didn't care about you. They just tossed you away and gave you away in the division to kind of motivate them more in those games and those matchups, which is cool. But I don't think Amari Cooper will get traded within the division. That'd be foolish. You trade him to the Steelers, like, yeah, that's not a smart idea too, especially when your team is struggling too as well. I think the Browns like 1-4. So yeah, that's probably some guys I think who could be probably some tradable pieces we can bring to our team. I think also some free agents, like I mentioned before. Hunter Renfrow is still available. I believe he's still available. Hunter Renfrow is a guy who's can get open, make plays. He's only 28 years old. I'm surprised that he's still available. I thought somebody pick him up by now. I guess no one's looking for him fully. But hey, he's available. Michael Thomas is available as well. I know that people have the injury history. I think he'd be suspended. I don't know if the suspension count already, but I think he'd be suspended if anybody pick him up, right? So Michael Thomas is available as well. I know he had the injury stuff, like I mentioned, but hey, he'd be better than what we have. There's a lot of people who would be better than what we have. People keep saying, no, they're not that good. They're better than what we have. They're better than, where in the world is Calvin Austin? I think, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Calvin Austin? I told you he had one good game a year. I hate to just like pile on the players and like sound like a hater or anything. I don't want to sound like Mark Madden, but Calvin Austin, he has one good game a year. Last year he had the good game against the Raiders, disappeared the rest of the year. This year, the Chargers game, he had a good game, and then now he's disappearing the past 2 games. Hopefully that changes, but he disappeared. Van Jefferson hasn't done really anything. And you look at last game, Najee Harris being the leading receiver with only 2 catches, tells you a lot about our team in a sense of the receiver core. So it's time for us to make some moves, make some trades. We got to do some stuff. Hey, you got to go out there. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money, you know? You never seen no business owner just go out there and just say, oh, I'm going to do this, do this. They had to make an investment somewhere, had to spend some. And then he said, oh, I spent this amount and I got some more back. So sometimes you got to trade away. You make a trade and then you get a big thing back, a big investment back, and make some stuff happen in the long run. We've seen the Rams do it a few years back when they won that Super Bowl. We've seen a lot of teams do it, go all in. The Eagles did it before a few years back when they won their Super Bowl. Sometimes you got to go all in. Sometimes you got to go all in like AEW said. Go all in. Like that. So if the Steelers can go all in and bring a guy in, a receiver in to help out, and give some more weapons to Justin Fields or Russ, who are they gonna put out there? I think Justin Fields should stay as a quarterback. I know he's playing this week as the quarterback, so we'll see. Russell Wilson just keeps saying the same thing over and over, like a broken record. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be ready. I'm healing up. I'm almost there. I think he's already healed, but I think they're just saying no. I think he's already healed. They're just saying no because the calf strain, of course, the injury that can linger a little bit, but it's been like almost 10 weeks because he had the injury in training camp, so it's been like a while like that. So I think they just probably said no. Right now, like that, they're just not saying it publicly, I feel like, but that's a story for a different time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.